Welcome back to the deep dive. If you're listening, you already know that AI and machine learning aren't just buzzwords anymore.
No, not at all. They're uh, actively rewriting the global industrial playbook, right now.
And if you're thinking about that next massive step, like a master's degree in AI, we are here to short circuit that whole research process of going abroad.
Which can be totally exhausting.
Oh, absolutely. So let's unpack this. Our mission today is really laser focused. We are distilling a guide to the best places for global AI education,
Right.
looking at the best destinations, the real costs, what you need to get in, and, the huge career returns on the other side.
And that focus is so important because this isn't just about a degree, is it? It's about getting access to the global elite in research.
Right. You're at the center of everything.
Exactly. You're immediately at the intersection of the latest innovations, whether it's in healthcare, robotics, or global finance.
And what about the return on that investment, the ROI?
Well, what's fascinating here is how immediate and verifiable it is. Every source we looked at points to a severe ongoing shortage of skilled AI workers.
So the demand is just baked in.
It is. That scarcity translates directly into high salaries, aggressive hiring, and real job security for graduates from these top global hubs.
That sets the stage perfectly. So naturally, we have to kick off with the leaders, right? The big five global destinations dominating AI research.
Yes, and these programs offer this amazing blend of theory, intense coding, data science, and crucially, ethics and governance.
So what are the key factors we're looking at for each country?
We've boiled it down to the three most critical things for you, the student. Top schools, the average fees, and that all-important post-study work visa.
Okay, let's start with the big one.
The USA. It's really the gravitational center of the AI revolution. It's home to Google, OpenAI.
All the names you know. You're talking about Stanford, CMU, MIT.
The absolute heavy hitters.
But the brand names are amazing, but I noticed the source material really flags the cost as a huge barrier.
It is. The fees are steep, between $40,000 and $65,000 a year. It's a premium price tag.
So what's the trade-off? Why pay that much?
The trade-off is you get that prestige, the highest starting salary on average, and a guaranteed path to stay in work for up to 3 years with the STEM OPT extension.
So the money basically buys you time and opportunity.
That's a perfect way to put it. Now, if we move across the Atlantic, we have Great Britain.
Okay, what's the appeal there?
They attract a lot of people with these intensive one-year master's programs, a major time saver.
And the schools.
Top schools like Cambridge, Imperial College, Edinburgh, fees are a bit less, maybe 25 to 35,000 pounds a year.
And the visa situation.
You get a 2-year post-study visa through their graduate route.
Okay, so shorter program, a little less cost, but also a shorter runway to find a job compared to the U.S. It's all about what you prioritize.
Exactly.
What about our neighbors to the north, Canada?
Canada is hugely appealing. It combines world-class research, especially in places like Toronto and Montreal, with really clear paths to permanent residency.
And the investment.
It's competitive. We're talking 25 to 40,000 Canadian dollars a year, and the post-study visa can go up to 3 years.
For schools, we're thinking University of Toronto, UBC.
McGill, yeah, all top tier.
Now, I have to highlight the massive outlier I saw in our research. For the listener who is really budget conscious, Germany seems like a whole different ballgame.
It really is, and this is such a key insight. Germany is a powerhouse for practical research, especially in robotics and machine learning.
And the financial model is just different.
It's revolutionary. Public universities like the Technical University of Munich or RWTH Aachen are mostly free of tuition charges.
Wait, say that again? Free tuition at world-class technical universities.
That's right.
That completely changes the ROI equation.
It absolutely does. You get world-class training, and you still get a strong 18-month job-seeking visa afterward. It's uniquely accessible.
That's probably the most surprising thing I found. Okay, finally, let's go down under to Australia.
Australia's AI industry is growing fast, with a big focus on applied practical research.
Yeah, and the cost there.
It's in the mid to high range, so 35 to 55,000 Australian dollars per year.
But what's the visa trade-off?
They compensate with the longest post-study work visa of the Big Five. It can be up to 4 years for a master's graduate.
Wow, 4 years. That's a huge runway to build a career.
It's a massive advantage.
That's a fantastic global map. So we know the premium path, the time saver, the budget champion, but knowing where to go is only half the battle.
Right.
Let's talk brass tacks. How do you actually get into these fiercely competitive programs? What are they looking for?
Okay, so the checklist: First, your academic foundation. You need a bachelor's, usually in computer science, IT, engineering, something quantitative.
And a good GPA, I assume.
A minimum, yeah. Usually a 3.0 out of 4.0 or the equivalent.
Then come the tests.
Yes, the standardized tests. For language, the requirements are strict. You're looking at an IELTS of 6.5 to 7.0 or a TOEFL over 90.
Those numbers get you in the door.
Yeah.
But the research made it clear that the other documents are what make you stand out, right?
They absolutely are. The admissions committee needs to see your passion. You need a really focused statement of purpose, your SOP, that explains your vision for AI.
And why their specific program fits that vision.
Exactly. You also need 2 to 3 strong letters of recommendation, and your resume has to show technical and project experience.
What about the GRE?
It's becoming optional in a lot of places, especially in Europe, but it can still be pretty critical for those top U.S. programs.
Okay, so once you're in, let's talk about what you're actually learning. What are the specialties driving all this innovation?
The curriculum is intense. The foundation is usually deep learning and neural networks.
The essentials.
Then you specialize. You'll dive into natural language processing, or NLP, which is, the tech behind things like ChatGPT. You'll also master computer vision, which is the heart of autonomous cars and robotics.
And there was another component that really stood out.
Yes, the mandatory inclusion of AI ethics and policy.
Which is so crucial. It means the education is inherently interdisciplinary now. It's not just an elective.
Precisely. It signals a huge shift in how the field sees its responsibilities.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for a lot of people. The payoff, the career path, the financial returns. What jobs are graduates getting?
The roles are highly specialized and extremely lucrative. You're stepping into roles like machine learning engineer, AI research scientist, data scientist.
Robotics engineer, AI product manager.
All of them. And the salaries, the ROI is crystal clear. In the U.S., you're starting between $100,000 and $150,000.
Wow.
In Germany, it's a strong 60 to 100,000 euros. Australia, 90 to 130,000 Australian dollars.
But hold on, if the salaries are that high, what's the flip side? Does the material say anything about the stress level, say, in the U.S. versus Europe?
That's a great question. It's largely a reflection of the demand, but yes, the research does suggest that U.S. tech culture can involve more intense hours and higher stress compared to Europe.
So that's another trade-off to consider. The pay premium might come with a time premium.
Exactly. It gives you a more realistic picture.
Now, back to that huge initial cost, especially in the U.S., we need to talk more about funding.
This is where that German path really shines again. If you get into a German public university with low tuition and then secure a scholarship like the DIAD,
The German Academic Exchange Service.
right, that can cover your living stipend. You can essentially finance your entire master's for just the cost of living.
And for the U.S. or the U.K.
The big global scholarships are key. We're talking about the Fulbright for the U.S., Shivney for the U.K., Vanier in Canada, the Australia Awards.
And these are comprehensive.
They're designed to cover everything: tuition, living expenses, travel. But you have to apply very early, maybe 18 months in advance.
That's a powerful way to make this accessible. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room, the hurdles. We need to be upfront about the challenges.
We do. This is a huge decision. The first major difficulty is just the sheer intensity. This is not a casual master's program.
And it's intense because the field itself is moving so fast.
That's the biggest driver. You're constantly learning brand new techniques. The tip here is to schedule weekly study sprints. Treat it like a marathon run at a sprint pace.
And the second hurdle, let's revisit money and budget stress.
Yes, people often underestimate the cost of living in a place like London or San Francisco. The best countermeasure is to aggressively look for assistantships or paid research roles on campus.
And those can make a real dent.
A huge one. The sources suggest they can cut your overall cost by up to 50%.
Wow. Okay, third difficulty, visa delays. The administrative headache.
This is a critical one. Visa timelines are unpredictable. The only tip is to start the process and get your documents ready at least 8 to 10 months before you plan to go.
Don't wait for the acceptance letter.
Do not wait. Have everything ready.
And finally, the transition from academia to the market. The skill gap.
Right. Academic learning is foundational, but the market wants applicable skills now. The best graduates are supplementing their degrees with certifications.
Things like TensorFlow, PyTorch.
Or even prompt engineering, which is the latest trend. It shows employers you have specific deployable skills on day one.
That clarity on the challenge is so helpful. So give us the final distilled action plan, the most critical steps to stand out.
Okay, we've boiled it down to the 5 most critical steps.
Yeah.
1. Strengthen your coding and math skills early. Python, R, C++ ed.
Be fluent.
2. Build a concrete portfolio. Use GitHub. Compete on Kaggle. Build small ML projects like a chatbot. Show, don't just tell.
Number 3.
3. Write a unique, compelling SOP that connects your personal vision to that university's specific labs or researchers.
4. Network.
Yes, connect with alumni and professors before you apply. And 5, and this is so important, prioritize your mental health to avoid burnout. The intensity is real.
So what does this all mean? We've laid out the best destinations, we know the exact requirements, and we've confirmed the career path offers incredible returns in what's becoming a $400 billion market.
And if we connect that to the bigger picture, AI's future is just fundamentally interdisciplinary. It's combining data, psychology, ethics.
And the economic impact is just staggering.
It's projected to contribute $15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030, driven by generative AI, autonomous systems, quantum computing.
So for anyone listening who wants to dive deeper right now, who should they be following?
Start following the minds defining this landscape. Andrew Ng, of course, for deep learning.ai, Fei Li, the computer vision pioneer.
Visual Bengio.
Yes, and compelling researchers like Lex Fridman and Rachel Thomas. Their work will really shape the 2025 landscape.
We'll leave you with a final thought, a quote from Andrew Ng that just perfectly sums up the advantage you gain from this journey.
He said, "Not being able to attract promising students and highly skilled workers would hurt a country's competitiveness in AI."
So consider the global competitive advantage you gain by seeking this education abroad.
As the AI leader Jan LeCun said, it gives you a different view. And that difference in perspective is exactly what makes you a leader in a $15.7 trillion future.
Get to work on that GitHub portfolio, and we'll see you on the next deep dive.